staff engagement.
Go ahead.
We said staff engagement is when employees give discretionary performances and contributions beyond their job expectations. Good. To ensure that the bottom line of an organization is met. Good. And achieved. Good. Yes, and then we said engaged staffs always go beyond their job description. Good. And staff engagement is always clear when the role clarity is, when the role is clear, when there's role clarity. Good. We said when the staff feels that policies are one-sided, it poses disengagement. So we should always be fair in everything, in all our dealings with staff. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Any other thing?
We also said the staff will not be ill-engaged if what is needed for them to perform are not readily available. Good. Then I had some things to do.
All right.
To reach out to some HMO providers. I did that. So two HMO providers have shared their proposal. So I'm waiting for Mr. Wale to come around. So, have a meeting with them. Okay. I don't want them to come once and then, because when he comes, he has to also be around when. All right. Yes. Then then to work on the roster for the new year.
All right. Then the midterm appraisals for the confirmation midterm appraisals. How have you done it?
Yes. We did one for Mudupe last week. All right. We're having another one this week for Richard.
Good. Very good. So how did you feel giving them that feedback and having the feedback from them even midway into their confirmation of employment?
It felt good. They laid their, apparently I felt for Mutuku, I felt she already had a large piece of her job role, but apparently she had a lot to do. So, so it really helps her.
Very good. Very good. I'm happy that you are making good traction and good progress. This is a good one. All right. So, what we try to do is look at your appraisals, and the items of your appraisals, and look at each one, explain what each one holds, because sometimes also you yourself may be underperforming because you don't know what exactly each of the modules on your appraisal is all about. It might cause also underperforming when there is no meeting of mind between you and your supervisor. What, A stands for A, B stands for B. So it's good. So we've looked at recruitment. We've looked at staff engagement, welfare, HR initiatives. Now, the next thing on your appraisal is training and development. But I would say that training and development will be a jump if I don't first of all consider what, this item, performance management. Because performance management, comes before training and development. It's when you have identified areas of gaps. You understand that? Yes. That you can say, let me train. Because you train for skill, you develop for succession. That's what you must understand. When you talk about, yes, you develop for succession because you want the person to take higher role, promotion. Now that's why you develop. Or you train to mitigate, address skill gap on the present job. So how can you identify these skill gaps or identify whether the person is a potential talent for higher position? Is when you have done thorough performance management. It is through performance management that whether the person is pulling his weight, not pulling his weight, areas to show up, area to improve, areas even to give more competence and skill, because this is where we identify the person to go. So performance management is a critical thing for us. So I will go on performance management for now.
Okay, sir.
All right. And the metrics that by which you will be measured on performance management is said to be the fact that you administer appraisal promptly. This is a very weak metric. Appraisal is not all about performance management, and you will understand that now. Okay, indeed, appraisal is just one aspect, but the fact that everyone in the organization understands what they are to do, okay, and because you are the owner of the instrument, together with the supervisor of that line, you agree these are the areas for which I want to appraise the staff of this department, and both of you agree. So you are the owner of that instrument. So one of the areas in which you must be measured also is that this performance instrument is up to date, revised, even to meet the present job role and also requirements of the organization in terms of meeting its vision and mission. So it's beyond just doing appraisal. And you will look at, we will see this, and you will be able to elicit more of what your key performance indicators should be after I finish this session. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you were scored there 50%. No, even if it's for appraisals, you are scored 50%. One or two things may be. One, maybe the content of the appraisals are not well done to address the needs of the organization. Two, it might be because it is not timely. Three, it might be because even when it is timely, the reports are not well written and reports do not come in, appropriately. Four, how do you present the reports? So you must understand that, look, in terms of timeliness is just one thing. Another is the content. Is it meeting, the needs of how we want to appraise, how we want to evaluate each of the jobs? If it is not meeting it, you'll find that majority of people will just get 100%. Yet, the performance does not translate to bottom line in the organization because what you are measuring is not what the organization demands for improvement. So content is very important. Apart from content, even after you have now administered it, what about the report? Does the report show the true state, true position of the performance in the organization vis-a-vis the instrument you have used? And four, are you able to present this very well? Have you ever presented this to management and to point out even areas that they can elicit for strategic even decision making at the board level? So those are the things that you must be able to look at even if you want to be a great HR, not a good HR, a great HR person, even who is on his way to sitting on the high table with your CEO. So can you recast for me those four areas I said are very critical?
Timeliness.
Okay.
Then content of the appraisal.
Thank you.
And you said presentation and then report, but the report comes before the presentation.
Thank you. The report comes before the presentation. Good. So the report must be such that it is written, we call something, executive summary. Executive summary that highlights the major high points as it relates even to the objectives you've set, the strategic goals you've set for the year. Even so that it is clearly seen that yes, this role is really the one that is putting us down here, as it relates even to the financial performance even of the organization. That report must be so so lucid and clear to show these things. And apart from that, now your presentation of it, even before the CEO, and also feedback, even to presentation includes also feedback to the staff. Because there must be a post-appraisal review session to give feedback so that they will know where to improve. You don't just do appraisal and it is gone. Do they know where to improve? This is where the presentation comes in. Presentation first to your CEO, the overall executive summary, then presentation even in terms of feedback, even to everyone that has been appraised, so that they will know what to improve upon, where to look out for, and all that. Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me I did a presentation a while ago on to the professional body regarding several HR issues, but I will just elicit from each something about performance management, so that it can help you. Okay, let me pick something. All right. Don't forget, I did a little bit of performance management with you and the MD sometimes ago. But
yes, you did.
Yes, but so this will be like a recap. I want you to have this as a structured training now. So
Okay.
I told you that there's a difference between performance management and performance appraisal. That one is broader than the other. Performance management being the main broad theme, bigger than performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is just a subset of performance management, but most organizations only focus on performance appraisal, and that is why organizations at the end of the day do not move forward as they intend, because they are focusing on the minor instead of focusing on the major. So the major is performance management, the minor is performance appraisal. And what is performance management? I wrote here, it is the systematic process for improving organizational performance by developing the performance of individuals and teams. You must understand that in performance management, everything you do on a daily basis contributes to even the performance of the organization. That's performance management. So whatever you and the line manager work hand in hand to do to ensure that there's a systematic process. The process may be, using your performance appraisal, as you said. It might be that, look, there is a Monday departmental meeting where the head of department cascades exactly what is to be achieved, so that everyone knows what's to be achieved in that week, and they all go to it. It might be a Friday review of what has been achieved, what they set out to achieve on Monday, and what was achieved. It might be even an informal, just work, management by walking around, investigating what is being done and giving them feedback on the spot. It can be, a village meeting where you give feedback even to the management, to the management as a HR, and from management to the staff, where they understand where the organization is heading to, where we are now, and what remains even for the end of the year. It can be a strategy session, the like we had during the beginning of this year. It is part of performance management strategy to help everyone in the organization understand where we are going, to understand what are our challenges, to understand the environment around us and the new even opportunities we have there and challenges, to understand where management and the board has decided we should go, and sometimes even to agree on our strategic goals together, so that when everyone even is into this together, even we are of one mind, of singular even eye, and then everyone is galvanized towards where we're going. So you see that, look, performance management is broad. Performance management, if I say, is a systemic process for improving organizational performance by developing performance of individuals and teams across the entire life cycle of the employee. So it starts from even when you are recruiting. If you misrecruit, the performance management will suffer, because don't forget, performance management is all about organizational performance through individual and team performance. So if you misrecruit, you mishire because the person does not have the exact skill and competence, and so is underperforming. Who caused the underperformance is you and the team of panel that did that recruitment. So you have compromised and negotiated even away top performance from the organization by hiring the wrong person. Not only hiring, even when you are doing the induction, where the roles are not very clear, where the JD job description is not very clear, you are giving problem to performance management on the long run, because no matter how high performer the person you've recruited, because it is not clear what you expect of him, he will underperform, at least until he understands what exactly you want him to do. And all of these cost dollar and cents, naira and kobo. They have financial repercussion. They have social repercussion. If a person is not well inducted, there is disengagement from the start. So it has social repercussion. It has financial repercussion. It has bonding repercussion, which affects even the organizational performance. What we learned last week concerning employee welfare, staff engagement, it impacts on organizational performance. And so those things you learned last week are vital tools for organizational performance also. And so they are critical to performance management. Do you understand how it plays around now?
Yes, sir.
So if you understand performance management, you now see that, look, it's far greater than performance appraisal, because it is everything you do together to ensure that organizational performance improves and that we arrive at the strategic goal that we have set at the beginning of the year, whether long time, whether mid time, whether short term. So it is both your work as the chief driver and the work of all the line managers as your co-pilot to help you attain this. So if at the end of the day, the MD is called to stand or sit before the board to give even an account of how the organization even as fared in that quarter, okay, what we are saying is give a steward of your performance management. That's what we are saying. And performance management can be viewed on, on various, using various formats and various models. We can say give the financial report, give the people report. We can say give the process report. So, it's looking at all of this together. So I noted here in the sub bullets that, it is within an agreed framework of planned goals, planned standards, and competency requirements. So before you can measure up, you can say you are managing performance, you will have agreed what are the goals, what are the standards to know whether I have performed low, fair, or high. And for me, I don't like even all these 5 Likite scale where you say poor, good, very good, fair and excellent. I don't like that because people run into the average. It is either you meet the goal, you underperform, you didn't meet the goal. That's what underperform means. Is that you meet the goal or you didn't meet the goal or you exceed the goal. I love that. It is so clear. So that is the standard I usually set. So we must have agreed even with every employee what it means to have met the goal, what it means to have met even requirements set even by your job description. We will have agreed also what it means to exceed when you do this, so that it is not voodoo appraisal. It's not voodoo. I've told you, it's like witchcraft when you are manipulating people because they don't know exactly the outcome. And they cannot work towards the outcome they don't know. If they don't know the outcome, they cannot work towards the outcome that they don't know. So standards must be set. How will a person know that he is underperforming or that is performing below expectation? Clearly itemize. If you don't eat this performance, whether it is the salesperson, you don't bring in this, it is underperformance. And this is the repercussion for the underperformance. You make it very clear ab initio from the beginning. Then the things that will help him to perform, you will have stated it there, competency requirements. It is looking at the standards and competency requirements that you know which area of training he needs. If he does not have that competency requirements to achieve the highest standard, that is where you now begin to look at he needs training, he needs mentoring, he needs coaching. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Good. So I said also performance management deals with doing the right things by clarifying goals and SMART objectives, which I've explained in what I've said. And as I've told you, it involves the entire employee life cycle in the organization, right from the selection process to the final planned exits. Do you know that, look, even for a person who have given you a notice that I am leaving, there is a way to ensure that till the last day in which it drops is what's it called? Is letter.
Resignation letter.
Yes. You must manage him. Please hold on. Kindly hold on. Hold on. So you understand exactly what I meant by performance management. Is a continuum from when you are going in when you start the selection process till when the person is existing, so that even at the point of exit, he is still delivering at high performance. Because till the last day he exits, you are still paying him full money, isn't it?
Yes.
So why will you not, because sometimes some people manage exits in such a rancorous way that the person exiting will just drop all the balls because he knows he's going. So whose loss is that? HR and the company. So you must manage even your exit in such a way that the person is so excited the next day, even almost thinking that, maybe I should not have gone. Make the person still, because he's exiting doesn't mean he's an outcast. Because even if he leaves your organization, he may be the person who will be the highest promoter of your organization when he's out there, because you gave him an exciting exit. You made him feel wanted, even though he had told you he was leaving, and he gave his best till he was leaving. So he becomes your greatest ambassador, mouthpiece, promoter, even after he has left the organization. And you may find out that even many business can come into the organization, even that can help you, even via an exited employee. So you understand that this is very, very important. So I've told you how from the selection and recruitment, how HR and the line managers can mess up performance management. Where, for instance, they are, when you deal with an aspect like compensation, and it's not so clear, and so there are, assumptions, and these assumptions and the employee resumes, and these assumptions looks unfair, even when the employee resumes, and what you said was not what you received because he assumed wrongly. So it might cause disengagement from the start, and that will affect your performance, organizational performance, because it will affect the individual's performance. Don't forget, every organization is like a cell. The organization is a system that's comprised of a cell. Look at your body. Your body has specialized cells, isn't it? There are cells for digestion. There are cells even for the nervous system. There are cells even for excretion. There are cells for respiration. I mean, all of these are cells in the body, but they are specialized. That is exactly how departments and sections and divisions are in the organization. But all of them work together for the well-being of the organization. For instance, if the digestive system has a problem, the respiratory system will know it. If the nervous system has a problem, you know that look, the other systems will feel it. So this is exactly how departments work in the organization. So optimal functioning of the entire body requires that the entire system of the body, they are working perfectly and working interdependently. So you, as the HR, you are not working in a silo aside from sales. You must understand what sales is doing if you want to help them to perform maximally, because performance management is all about everybody working in tandem to deliver even optimally on the company planned goals, according to the standard set and with all the competency required. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is very, very important. All right. At this stage, I think I will want to do something, and that is let you know the aim and focus of every performance management in every organization is to build what we call high performance culture. High performance culture is a situation where individuals and teams, they take responsibility for continuous improvement of the business, and they take responsibility also for the continuous improvement of their own skill within the framework provided by effective leadership. So you can't have high performance culture where the leader has low performance culture. So it is all about the leadership and all about you, the HR person. And this is how it links to employee engagement. When the employees are engaged, they will take responsibility for continuous improvement of their own skill, and this will affect continuous improvement of the business. You see how this links to what we did last week?
Yes.
Also when you talk about performance management system, it it is a system where individual goals are aligned to departmental, team, unit, and organizational goals. So individuals can see how my goal helps the organization to move forward, how my underperforming will affect the underperforming performance of the team and of the organization as a whole. So there's a line of sight. There's a clear line of sight between the individual and the organization. And this is what helps everyone to pull together. The third thing that is the focus of any good performance management system is that it provides the needed support and guidance for people to develop and improve their performance. I repeat, needed support. Support may be time. Some people may tell you that they want, because they understand this and they want to self-improve themselves, even beyond what the organization is setting up for them as their own annual training. They need even to self-train themselves, maybe virtually. And they tell you that, please, we will need maybe 1 hour after work time. Please give us access to internet and the lights. This is support. You know that, look, what they are going to do is linked to the organizational goals, because they will have explained to you in their performance development plan, which is part of the performance management instrument you use at the beginning of the year. Each individual even will give to you what we call their performance development plan, which we agree with them and their line manager. Performance development plan shows how they want to improve themselves, okay, and what they think they need to be able to deliver even and exceed performance based on what you've explained to them in the performance management meeting. So if, for instance, their performance development plan includes that, look, they want to do virtual, training on their own and all that. So what will the company use to support them? Is it time off? Is it just, infrastructure? They can use the office 1 hour after closing time to self-develop. But also, you must put in controls to ensure that it is what they say they want to do at that time is what they are doing. Sometimes it might be guidance to guide them along the path that can help them do better. Guide them along career paths that can make them able to reposition and to play to the best of their ability. So this is all that performance management is about. It's about goal setting process. It's about regular performance. It's about feedbacks. And it's about performance appraisal. So you see that formal appraisal is just one of it. The entire goal setting process, where you clarify the role, where you clarify the standard, where you clarify the organizational goals. Okay, where you also give regular feedback. I said it can be formal, it can be informal. It can be even regular feedback in terms of even team-based, where you have a system in place that early on Monday, I will call my team together. Don't forget, this is where we are going. It might be a 20 minutes meeting or 30 minutes. This is where we are going. This was how we fared last week. Okay, and this is what we should do this week to remedy even our failures last week. Okay, and these are the main jobs to do this week if we must make a difference. So it might be like that. It might be a Friday review meeting. It may be an end of month business review meeting. It may be a quarterly meeting. Okay, apart from the formal performance appraisals that you give to staff. This entire process of goal setting, goal appraisal, goal evaluation and measurement is what performance appraisal is all about. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I wouldn't know if you have a question at this point.